Hello everyone, my name's Madeline and I work for the Happy Chick Company, and what we do is we provide special eggs to schools and nurseries and homes so that you get to watch chicks actually hatch in your classroom or your nursery. Now, we really do mean that our chicks are happy. We love to make sure our chicks are happy, and we ensure that every single chick we hatch is always rehomed. We are ethical, and that means we genuinely care about the animals that we look after. And every chick is always rehomed every single time with lovely small holders who we've checked out and vetted to ensure that they get a good home to go to. So what we're going to do today is we're going to explain why the eggs we use at the Happy Chick Company, why the eggs we supply to you are very different from the eggs that you buy in the shops. So I'm going to draw a shape and hopefully you'll be able to guess what it is. Now, who would like to guess what that shape is? So if you put your hands up, lovely. And that is correct, it is an egg shape. So who thinks that that egg shape is upside down? Who thinks I've drawn it upside down? So quite a few of you actually think that I've drawn it upside down. You're sort of right, because there is a right way and a wrong way for a chick to hatch out of an egg. So a chick should always hatch out at the wide blunt end of the egg, and it definitely should not hatch out at the pointy end of the egg. And if you ever go to the shops and you look at the eggs in the cartons, you will notice that they should always have the wide blunt end of the egg at the top and the pointy end facing down in the carton. And there's a really important reason for this, and that's because in the wide blunt end of the egg we have something called an air sac. Now, the air sac we carefully monitor throughout the incubation process. Who would like to guess how many days it takes to incubate an egg? So it takes 21 days to incubate an egg. That's 3 weeks. And gradually over this time, we need to make sure that the air sac gets bigger. So by the time we actually bring the eggs to you, they're only 2 days away from hatching, and the air sac has grown really big in the egg. And there's a huge, all this part here is now air sac. So I'm going to draw something else now. I'm not a very good drawer, I'll just pre-warn you, but hopefully you'll guess what this is. So we've got the beak, the head, and then feet. So, and the eye. This is a very basic drawing of a chick inside the egg. So when we bring our eggs to you and we put them in the incubator in your classroom or your nursery, already there will be a fully formed chick in the egg. Now, something else amazing is going on inside that egg, and here is a clue to what it could be. The colour is red. And I'm going to draw lots and lots and lots of little lines all over the egg. And if you have a look on your arms, you'll probably notice some little lines, and they're called veins. So inside the egg, we have lots of veins. There's blood pumping all around the egg, and that's keeping the chick alive. It's really, really exciting when you actually see the chick come out of the egg, and if you look inside the eggshell, you can see the remnants of these veins, these vessels where the blood was pumping round. So I'm going to draw something else in here now, and hopefully you better guess what it is. And imagine this is like a yellowy orange. I'm going to draw a circle, that's another clue. And colour it in, and that's an orange, or sometimes they're yellow. Who would like to guess what they think that is inside the egg? So it's a yolk. So when you actually have your egg, you'll notice every egg, and you open an egg up, will always have a yolk in them. So the interesting thing is, lots of people say to me they think that the yolk is the chick, but actually it's not. The chick will grow around the yolk, and then just before hatching, the chick absorbs the yolk into its abdomen. So when we bring the eggs to your classrooms and your nurseries, boys and girls, really exciting things are going on in here. So I'm going to draw a little lump on the end of the chick's beak, and it's a little hard lump. And if you take your fingers and tap your teeth like that, hopefully you've been brushing your teeth well, and your teeth should be nice and hard. And on the end of the chick's beak is something called an egg tooth, and that is really hard as well. And that helps the chick peck its way out of the egg, and after about 24 hours after it's hatched, it doesn't need it anymore and it drops off. So the chick has an egg tooth on the end of its beak, and then it's tightly compressed in the egg, and it literally pecks away hundreds of times at the same spot to make that first break in the eggshell. So boys and girls, we do have some chicks at the Happy Chick Company here, and I want to show some to you. These chicks are only 2 days old. Some of them still have their egg tooth on them. So I want to give you a close up so you can have a look at these chicks. So here we go. Here's one of the little chicks, and she still has her egg tooth on her. So it's a little hard lump at the end of the beak that hopefully you can see there. So she's a lovely little chick here. And also, do you notice something else that's very different about the chicks? So when we close our eyes from top to bottom. Have you noticed how a chick closes their eye? They close their eyes from bottom to top. So yeah, quite different. So boys and girls, the air sac has to be really big, and that's because there has to be an exchange of gases in there. So when we breathe in, what do we breathe in, boys and girls? It begins with the letter O. Oxygen, that's right. So oxygen is coming into the egg, and then what do we breathe out? We breathe out carbon dioxide. And so carbon dioxide is going out. So when the chick pierces the air sac, it starts to breathe, and we have to do our job properly. We have to make sure that the air sac is nice and big so the gases can exchange. Then the chick will peck away at the eggshell hundreds of times to that one spot to make that first tiny break. While all this is going on, the yolk is being absorbed into the chick's belly. This is really important so that the chick actually has a nice full belly and doesn't need food or drink for up to 48 hours after hatching. All the blood vessels that are pumping around inside the egg, they need to dry up. They need to stop pumping so we get a nice clean hatch. And then after about 20 hours, after the chick has broken the eggshell, after about 20 hours, it will make its way around the top of the egg like a little can opener with its beak, twisting away, and it will actually hatch. Now when it hatches, it is exhausted, it's very, very tired, it has just spent hours trying to hatch, and they do look very dishevelled, they look wet, they look quite shocking, and they need time to fluff up and dry up. And so that is why the eggs we supply at the Happy Chick Company are very different from the eggs you buy in the shops. The eggs you buy in the shops are not fertile. If you were to buy them and put them in an incubator, they would not develop into a chick and they would not hatch. So hopefully, boys and girls, that's explained what goes on inside the egg, and before we bring them to you. We'll follow this with a lovely little hatching video, which will show you nicely what I've just tried to explain on the flip chart here. So thanks very much for listening.